If there's a real problem, some people say, we have multiple options open to us, like writing to your MP or sign a petition. Do you believe that? Based on your experience? That when we're up against powerful interests like the fossil fuel industry, writing to an MP or signing a petition is enough to sort it out? If that were the case, how come we're on the brink of catastrophe?
So I'm here with the campaign Defend Our Juries and Free Political Prisoners for the mass appeal event. So it's an unprecedented appeal of sentences of 16 political prisoners who were sentenced for peaceful protest for a combined 41 years.
We've ended up here because our legal system and our democracy have been corrupted by the influence of the oil industry and the influence of the arms industry. And we have paid lobbyists for those industries like Lord Walney. He's not really a lord, his real name is John Woodcock. He's a disgraced Labour MP who had to resign because of sexual misconduct allegations. He's now been brought back into government as an independent advisor. He's not independent. He's an oil and gas industry lobbyist. He sits on the board of various groups, of the oil and the arms industry. And he's now drafting, he's sitting in government drafting all these reports that are basically saying, we need to lock up environmental protesters. And we're here today to say we need to put a stop to that, and we will not be deterred.
I think it's a bit too difficult to think about the sacrifice people have made. There's Cressy, who's like 20, 21, 22 or something. Like, why should she be in jail for years for just wanting to have a future? So no, I think it's too much to emotionally connect to it. But we do have to. We have to connect to it and we have to stand up.
About 10 years ago, I remember members of the Pussy Riot in Russia getting 2 years in prison, I believe. And I remember there being outrage across, European Union and other kind of Western countries. How dare they in Russia send people to prison for protests for 2 years? I don't think people want to remember that from just, a decade ago here, that was how we thought things were bad in Russia. Yes, we're lucky that our regular police don't carry guns, but that doesn't mean that it's safe. It doesn't mean that you won't have your rights violated.
At this time, our government is being so repressive and people are being raided in their homes, are being picked up off the street purely due to their association with taking direct action, which is in direct infringement of human rights, of your freedom of association.
Yeah, Keir Starmer's an interesting one. He used to be a human rights lawyer, right? He used to bring, protest cases and defend protesters under human rights law. But it seems that like many politicians and like many members of the legal institution in this country, he sold his soul to the corporations. They're influencing him. We see him approving, new Heathrow expansions. He's clamping down on Just Oil just like the Conservatives were. So yeah, I have no faith in Keir Starmer or the current Labour Party. There is a long and honourable tradition of civil disobedience in this country, and that tradition should be respected. And and we have 2019, Extinction Rebellion, we have thousands of people on the streets. Now, you step into the road, and after 15 minutes you're arrested. You could be thrown in jail for marching on a road for 15 minutes, for half an hour. It's happened. So the scale at which our rights and our liberties have been stripped away over the last, 10, 5, 2 years is really, really frightening. This whole system, this whole legal system is killing us right now. It's not just a case of one law that needs to be repealed. This system is designed to protect profit and protect private property at the expense of life. So it is the whole system that's faulty. It's the whole system that is, in crisis because it can't deal with the sort of contradictions it's trying to uphold. There is a prisons crisis in this country right now, and yet we're locking more people up. The whole thing cannot hold anymore. And if I was a politician, repealing these acts would be a great start. But really what they need to do is they need to come and join us in the road. And we need lawyers to come out and join us in the road and say, we will not comply with a legal system that has no respect for the rule of law. that is killing both millions in the global south and will come to Britain as well. So that's what they need to do, come and join us, because we're acting for life.
Really, I'm feeling emotional and I'm feeling quite angry. We're not afraid of imprisonment. You can't lock up resistance.